welcome to another room! Whee! Yeah, this actually the room is my house, my parents' house, so you haven't seen it yet, but you're seeing it now. See? It looks pretty middle schoolish, but this week, thanks to spring break, I am fixing that. So it'll all be changed soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Alright, so this video is brought to you by Cue Music. Infomercial thingy. Today's video is brought to you by a semi-sleepy fat cat who refuses to be skinny because he can. Look at him go. He's licking his paw. You saw one of my fat cats. He's fat, he knows it, and he's not going to change it at all. We're in the month now of March, and if you didn't know that, don't worry, we're only a few days in, you haven't missed much. But we are here now, and I thought about telling you guys some of the stuff I'm going to be reading that I want to read, hope to read. In February was designated my sequels month, which are basically, I read all the sequels to the books I had, and I read a lot of them. The only one I did not read was Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, because I read a lot of other good books, but I did read that today, and it was good, and I hope to write a review for it on my blog. I am so behind on my reviews for my blog, it's not even funny. It's always feeling neglected. I kind of like two piles. I have these books need to be read, and then books I would like to read at some point, and I actually, for my February book haul, I have these three, the High Society, the Iron King, and Across the Universe, which are three I want to and plan to. And then I have several books on my Kindle, the Breathe, 1, 2, and then Grave Mercy. I'm rereading Pride and Prejudice because I can, and I got hooked on the Lizzie Bennet diaries, and it's amazing how books are more enjoyable when you're not reading them for class. But so I have a lot of other books I want to read, but they're not mandatory. The mandatory books are these ones. First book up for my mandatory reading is the third book in the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. I think that's how you say his name. Death Cure. It's out in paperback, and I really want to see. I mean, I seriously, after every book I read of that series, I'm left with more questions than answers. So there has to be some kind of wrap up in that. I hope there's some kind of wrap up in that third book. The second book that I'm going to read in the trilogies is Mastiff by Tamara Pierce. It's been out for a long time. I love the series. I love her works. I mean, I'm a huge fan of her books. Like, if I had an infinite amount of money, I would buy all of them because I love them that much. I own all of the Protector of the Small. I almost own all of the Terriers. I read actually the only one I have not. I read The Circle Opens, The Circle Closes, and all the sequels and of that. But I've been meaning to read Mastiff, but it's been so damn expensive. For some reason the books have become really damn expensive, so I've kind of been avoiding it. Can't avoid it any longer because this is the sequels trilogy month. So I have to read it. Third book of the trilogy's books I need to read is The Reckoning by Jennifer Armstrong. I actually forgot that I own this series. I've seen the books many times at the bookstore, but I never really remembered. I mean, I don't remember much about the series. I know there's necromancing, special kids, organization, douchebag parents, douchebag people, kids. That's about it. Don't remember much else about it, but I remember I liked it, and I know I need to finish it. The fourth book for my trilogies is The Serpent's Shadow by Rick Riordan. It's part of the King Chronicle series, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be buying it because so far have all the series in paperback. But if it's out in paperback, I will be buying it. So that's my fourth book. And the last book for my mandatory reading, I mean, that's 5 books so far. Plus, not to mention, I will be reading other books. So the fifth and final trilogies book is actually not part of a trilogies, but it's part of a series that I've been reading, which is also by James Dashner, and it's the Blade of Shattered Hope, part of the 13th Reality series he does, which is aimed for middle school, but they're excellent, so go read them. So yeah, those are my 5 books I'm going to read, not to mention I will be reading the Across the Universe, High Society, the Iron Fae. Oh, I ordered the archive, so that's coming in, and then I have like 3 or 4 books on my Kindle that I want to read, but those might not get read because I kind of save my Kindle books for later. But that's another story. Alright guys, well that's my March TBR list, and hopefully I will be writing reviews or video reviews, either one, and I'm gonna go now because I need to go write a report that I've been avoiding. Bye! Seriously, I'm having way too much fun spinning. It should be illegal to have this much fun spinning. Can't do this at my door.